Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, we discussed a few additional aspects related to performance assessment, wherein we saw some of the advantages and limitations which are associated with performance assessment and how we can overcome the limitations. Uh, and we also saw some of its advantages, which I think are more important for us to focus on because this particular method of assessment, that is performance assessment, is a way better thing to do in a classroom by a teacher instead of opting for a traditional method of assessment. Now let us go ahead and start another subunit, or we can say another topic from the subunit 3.4, wherein we'll be discussing how oral test or viva is considered as a performance assessment and how we can go about using this particular form of assessment and what are its advantages and disadvantages. So to begin with, we need to know that oral examination is of different type. The first one can be is, for example, a formal exam wherein we take oral viva, or what we call viva voicing, wherein an interviewer, as in the teacher, would be asking a question to the interviewee, who is nothing but a teacher, a student. Okay, and the second one is face-to-face interaction or a personal contact, or just an interaction that two people might have. And the third one is verbal response. If you are giving any verbal response, that can also be considered as an oral examination. And we'll see why these three examples are given as the different forms of oral examination, because each one can be used for a different reason. Now, say suppose if you want to test someone's oral abilities or their oratory skills, then or the objectives are different than just understanding their oratory skills or analyzing their abilities. If I have to assess any particular content and want to check whether the student has really understood it and it is in a formal setting, I would call it a formal oral examination. If I have to interact with someone, if I have to take an interview, I need to know how they interact in person, then I would go for personal contact or face to face interaction. Or if it is a verbal response, I just want to know how would the person respond to a question that I ask. It will not be always a face to face interaction, it can also be a telecommunication. So these three things can be used for various purposes as a teacher in a school environment and for a purpose. So let us go ahead and see some more aspects related to oral test or viva for performance assessment. Now here, uh, they have also discussed four basic formats of interviewing or taking an oral test or a viva. The first format is an interview style wherein the examinee is quizzed on general topics. So here different kind of questions are asked to the examinee, wherein the student or the examinee has to answer to the questions, which can be based on general topics. Then the second one is a clinical style where the questions are specifically related to clinical diagnosis. And this kind of an interview or this kind of an oral test is more common in the medical field, uh, wherein the interviewer might ask the interviewee about how would you go about diagnosing a particular disease and what are the treatment plans you can think of for treating a particular patient. And the third one is a cognitive style. Here it requires problem solving around specific cases. So you're going for the third type or the third basic format of oral test or viva. Here we can pose some cases to the interviewee or the student and ask him or her to understand and resolve that given issue using their analysis. And the fourth one is a role playing style or role playing format wherein students assume various roles. So here we can ask our students or the interviewee to assume a role or act in by keeping him or her in the shoes of that person or the individual that we are talking about, and give an opinion, and we might ask a question to that student, considering that the student would assume himself or herself as that particular individual whose role they are supposed to play. So these are the four basic formats in which an interview or an oral test or viva can be conducted. Now, what are the appropriate uses of an oral exam? So now when we talk about oral exam or oral test or viva, we need to know which are the areas or how we can make use of this particular performance assessment. So the first use of oral exam would be to assess attributes that require observation and interaction. So say suppose if I have to understand a child through observation, if I want to know how well a student can interact, I think I should go for an oral exam or oral test, or we can also call it a viva. And if I have to also check the interpersonal skills, I think oral test is the best way of assessing the performance of a student, because we have seen in many interviews, even these days, one topic is very famous wherein various news channels they call people for an interview and they ask them a question. So each person or whoever is called as a guest in that particular interview would behave in a different way when any reporter or anyone asks a specific question which they cannot take or which they find bit offensive. So as a teacher, if you relate the same situation in a classroom, uh, we can understand how would a person react to a question which is not so very comfortable for him or her to answer. So the interpersonal skills and how they receive the question, how they respond the question, that ability of theirs can also be assessed as a teacher. Now, ability to think on its feet. Now, when a question is asked, here there is no assistance which is provided to the person who is giving an interview, because he or she has to think on his or her own feet, and then they have to use their own brains and analyze the question and accordingly answer. So, it helps an individual develop that ability. Uh, it is also an ability to respond to changes in the situation. So, you must have observed or even experienced that in an interview or whenever any oral test or a viva is conducted, mostly the interviewer will ask questions related to a topic with which you begin the conversation. Like, for example, if a question is asked, maybe like I am an interviewer and you are an interviewee, so I ask you, which are the areas in which you feel you are good at? Okay, so the interviewee will answer to that particular question, mentioning that I'm good at uh, um, maybe experimentation and laboratory work and not so good at theory. So then the questions related to experimentation or practical work, questions in that area would be asked to a greater extent, and sometimes the interviewer changes the way the he or she asks the question, and wherein the interviewer says that, so tell me something else about uh, any other topic which was not a part of your conversation which you were doing earlier. So the interviewer is trying to change the situation and trying to take you to another situation and see how you respond to that change in situation. So that ability you can also check when you conduct an oral exam, and ability to assume an appropriate role and perform within this role. So if we are taking that role playing style as, which is one of the basic formats of viva or oral test, when you ask a person to assume a role and behave or give an answer, thinking that you are somebody. So just think, what if you become a prime minister of this country? So here you have to assume a role and behave accordingly. So this interview or oral test helps you understand or the ability of an individual to perform within this role. The next is to assess components of competence. So here you get an opportunity as a teacher to understand what are the things as a teacher you need to assess in a student. For example, you need to find competence of a child in various areas, like competence of a child in explaining or answering to a question, competence of a child in his or her language abilities, their diction, the way they respond, and the way they put all their views together and present it to you. So there you can divide or you can categorize all the competencies you want the child to expertise or must develop or to master. Okay, so these components of competence, which can be defined by each teacher, can also be assessed using this particular oral test or viva. Now, to assess personal characteristics, so when two individuals sit together and have a conversation, may it be a formal one or an informal one, we tend to understand basic characteristics that a person possesses because the way they talk, the way they explain themselves, the way they put out their opinions and viewpoints speak a lot about their personality. So we can understand our students very well when we have a conversation with them. It can be a formal conversation or an informal conversation as well. That doesn't matter, but it definitely oral test or IVA plays a very important role in understanding personal characteristics of students. And when we talk about appearance and manner, there are certain etiquettes that you have to follow when you are attending an interview. There are certain unwritten rules which you have to follow as an interviewee, uh, which can be assessed during oral test or viva. And also the way you carry yourself, the kind of clothes you wear, the way you sit. There are various things if we talk about in the under the umbrella of appearance, which would come appearance. I doesn't mean the how beautiful the person is or how handsome the person is. It's not about that. It's about how well you carry yourself and how you portray yourself in front of the interviewer. This can be assessed using this particular form of assessment. Competence and alertness, how alert the interviewee is during the interview and whether the interviewee is understanding the question and answering. Sometimes we do not listen to the entire question and we just hurry up and we want to answer the question before even the interviewer finishes the question. So that alertness, that ability to listen to the question can also be assessed, and the competence we have discussed enough about this particular term, so let me not go much in detail in that. And honesty in responses, responding. So this is again a very important thing because even when you will be out after your B.Ed in the real world and you will go for an interview, this is something which everyone needs to understand and keep in mind that if a question is asked to you for which you do not know the answer, you need to be honest enough to say that I'm sorry, I don't know an answer to this question, but I'll definitely try and find this out. So this honesty plays a very important role, no matter which interview you are giving or in which conversation you are engaged in. So this plays a very important role. So your performance, this oral test or viva plays a very important role in understanding that honesty of an individual and capacity for empathy and sensitivity. Uh, so this can also be checked. Now this is situational. It also depends on the kind of question the interviewer is asking. So I cannot discuss much on that because it also will require me giving an example if you are asking a question related to some question related to a situation which is tragic, how empathetically the interviewee can respond to that particular question also plays a very important role. What sensitivity he or she displays is also can be noted by the interviewer. So. So today we saw which are the forms of oral exams, which are the basic types, and we have also seen some of its uses. So we can continue with this particular topic maybe in the next class. So if you have any queries related to the topics or the points that we just discussed, you can post it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.